The defeat of Nazi Germany in 1945 ushered in a period of both liberation and chaos. While Europe began the long road to recovery, thousands of Germans, their lives shattered, sought refuge far from the Allied powers.
Of the German state signed the act of unconditional surrender of all German land, sea, and air forces in Europe to the Allied expeditionary forces and simultaneously to the Soviet High Command.
Among them were war criminals desperate to evade justice for their crimes, alongside ordinary citizens disillusioned and adrift in a world forever altered. South America, with its vast, relatively unexplored territories and a history of German immigration, emerged as a tempting haven. Escape routes and clandestine networks. The journey south was fraught with peril. Some fled through official channels, using legitimate travel documents and concealing their pasts. Others relied on clandestine networks, often dubbed ratlines, that facilitated the escape of Nazis. These shadowy organizations, with connections to the Vatican and sympathetic individuals within the Catholic Church, provided forged documents, safe houses, and transportation. One of the most notorious figures involved in these ratlines was Bishop Alois Hudel.
Some historians believe that Adolf Hitler thought that his mission in life was to rid the world of Jews. That even if he didn't build the Third Reich for 1,000 years, he would be celebrating for eliminating the Jewish population from the world.
An Austrian prelate who openly sympathized with Nazi ideology. Hudel, operating from his base in Rome, issued false passports and provided guidance to fleeing Nazis, including high-ranking officials and those implicated in war crimes. These networks, often operating with the tacit approval of certain Vatican officials, provided a lifeline for war criminals seeking to evade capture and rebuild their lives in the shadows. The escape routes were varied and often intricate. Many fled through Italy, taking advantage of the chaos and instability that followed the war. From there, they boarded ships bound for South America, often using forged documents and assuming new identities. Others traveled through Spain, a country that maintained close ties with the remnants of the Nazi regime. The Vatican itself played a complex role in these escapes. While the official position of the Church was condemnation of Nazism, some within the Vatican hierarchy, concerned about the spread of communism in post-war Europe, saw some former Nazis as potential allies against the Soviet Union. This led to a degree of ambiguity and leniency in the Church's response to the plight of fleeing Nazis, particularly those who could claim religious persecution. Argentina, a haven for fugitives. Argentina, with its strong pre-war ties to Germany and a political climate increasingly sympathetic to authoritarianism, became a primary destination. Figures like Juan Perón, then a rising political figure, were rumored to have actively facilitated the arrival of former Nazis, viewing them as potential allies who could bring valuable technical expertise and military knowledge to the country. Perón, who admired the efficiency and order of the Nazi regime, sought to modernize Argentina and strengthen its military. He saw in these former Nazis, with their experience in engineering, aviation, and military strategy, potential assets for his ambitious plans. This confluence of political interests and the desire for a fresh start for many fleeing Germans created a fertile ground for the establishment of Nazi networks within Argentina. These networks extended beyond the political sphere. German businesses and cultural organizations in Argentina often provided support and assistance to arriving exiles, helping them to establish new lives and maintain connections to their past. This network of support facilitated the integration of many former Nazis into Argentine society, while also allowing them to maintain a sense of community and shared identity. Life in exile. The reality of life in South America for these fugitives was varied. Some found work, blending into the local population, their pasts carefully concealed. Many sought to establish new identities, adopting false names and creating elaborate backstories to avoid detection. Some, like Joseph Mengele, the notorious doctor of Auschwitz, lived in seclusion, constantly looking over their shoulders, fearing discovery and extradition. Others struggled to survive, haunted by the ghosts of the past and the weight of their actions. The trauma of the war, the guilt of their past deeds, and the constant fear of exposure took a heavy toll on many. Some found solace in tight-knit communities of fellow exiles, while others descended into alcoholism or mental illness. The psychological impact of exile was profound. Many former Nazis struggled to come to terms with their pasts, grappling with the guilt of their actions and the moral implications of their escape. The weight of their crimes often followed them into exile, casting a long shadow over their lives. The hunt for justice. The presence of former Nazis in South America cast a long shadow. Intelligence agencies, particularly those of the United States and Israel, pursued them relentlessly. Operations like Operation Paperclip, while ostensibly focused on acquiring German scientific expertise, also served to identify and track down former Nazis. The hunt for Adolf Eichmann, the architect of the Holocaust in Argentina in 1960, shocked the world. His capture by Israeli agents in Buenos Aires and subsequent trial in Jerusalem brought to light the extent to which these fugitives had integrated into South American society. Eichmann's capture and trial served as a powerful symbol of the enduring pursuit of justice and a stark reminder that the crimes of the Holocaust could not be forgotten. The Eichmann trial also had a profound impact on Argentina. It exposed the extent to which the country had become a haven for war criminals and sparked a national debate about its role in the aftermath of World War II. The trial also fueled a wave of anti-Semitism in Argentina as some sectors of society rallied to defend the rights of the accused. A legacy of unease. The presence of former Nazis in South America raises profound questions about accountability, justice, and the enduring impact of World War II. It serves as a stark reminder that the consequences of war can extend far beyond the battlefield, and that the search for truth and justice can be a long and arduous journey. The legacy of these events continues to resonate today. The revelations about the extent to which South American countries, particularly Argentina, provided refuge to war criminals have challenged historical narratives and forced a deeper examination of the region's past. These events serve as a poignant reminder of the importance of confronting the past, however difficult, to ensure a more just and equitable future. The story of the German flight to South America after World War II is a complex and multifaceted one, filled with both tragedy and intrigue. It highlights the human capacity for both immense evil and remarkable resilience. It also serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked political ambition and the enduring consequences of historical injustice. Disclaimer: this is a fictionalized account based on historical research and documented events. The specific details and circumstances may not be entirely accurate and are intended for illustrative purposes. Tell us how you feel in the comments below. Like and subscribe to keep up with all the latest content. And as always, see you in the next video.